That is the goal of Eastern wisdom. I do not tell these stories because uh, people will take it otherwise. So, Stephen, I was telling a story. A peacock landed in the backyard of one's home. She has also come. So, a peacock landed in the house of in the backyard. So that guy gave him a little opium. Peacocks are very fond of opium. So the next day he appeared again. Fourth day he appeared again. That is the journey of becoming a seeker. That opium is the knowledge of Eastern wisdom. we Why we are living our life? Why? What is this life? Animals and these other living species, they are, for all the practical purposes, they say that we are the body. That is why we say four instincts: huh? Safety, reproduction, sleep, and food. So, normally, what we do, the teachers of Eastern wisdom, so anyone comes to us, we confuse them. They are already confused. So, we confuse them. How? Huh? Lara has come. So, first, we confuse them. How to confuse them? You see that now I will reveal everything, all the secrets that I have. You might be thinking, then why the hell I should attend your sessions when you confuse? Because you are already confused, we add another confusion. What is that confusion? Huh? Lara, first job of a teacher in the Eastern wisdom is to confuse their students. Because we are already confused. How to say that? We are happy. You have to think. Now these sessions have started with a lot of contemplation and reflection. Question. Ask yourself. So if your intellect says, why the hell I should attend the session, when you confuse yourself? The second statement I said, you are already confused. How you are confused? We are happy being single. How many singles are happy in the world? So my mind takes a stand, and that reshapes my behavior. So we confuse more. Ask yourself, how many singles are happy? How many married are happy? Huh? You see that? Then we say, no, I'm a good husband. I said, where is the husband in you? Where is the wife in you? You see, it's all why I'm using the very loose word confusion, so that you start thinking. If you do not think, if you do not contemplate and reflect, then what will happen? You think that you are a born husband and you will die as a husband. But there is no husband and a wife, there is no label, that needs to be clearly understood, contemplated, reflected again and again. But the moment you are front of your honey, yes, I'm husband, I'm wife, I'm every. Now, whatever the role that I need to play, let me play my role. Why to play my role? To keep my mind away from those thoughts that is causing the problem. Do you understand that? I have to think. If I don't think, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. So we have to recognize where the problem is. So when I recognize where the problem is, I can find the solution. Are you getting it? So we have to think in that way. So that is why you see that, okay, you are stressed. Who is that who is in stress? Who is that? Can you recognize that? And the moment you start thinking, reflecting on it, 50% of the stress goes away. But I have to contemplate and reflect in the line of the Eastern wisdom. Recognize confusion to trigger the intellect to think and reflect. Why? We are given an intellect. We are given an intellect which we have, which we can observe objectively. No animals can do it. I was looking at Discovery Channel yesterday. So the deers in the night cannot recognize the tiger because they don't see the yellowish color, and the tiger catches the prey. That tiger is the ignorant mind in us. That catches the prey. This guy is the right guy. So what the mind does, mind says, now live in stress. Our master says it is all about wrong notions, confusions we have in our mind. Remove that confusion. You say it: wrong notion, confusion, delusion, illusion, maya, ignorance. Lot of words. So we will use that word, everyone. So the moment I start using the intellect, so what happens? I'm in the process of discernment. And the moment I'm in the process of discernment, the dispassion takes birth in me. Come on, why, my mind, you are going there again and again? So this discernment has to be applied in life daily, from moment to moment. So when you live into that discernment, confusion is no more. It is now comes the fusion. And the fusion is that state of awareness that prevents the mind to get carried away. So when it is not carried away, where comes the anger and hesitation, duality and conflict? There is no chance. Never forget. I am in stress. Thank you, mind. You are giving me a thought and experience of the stress. But I know that I do not understand my life. That is why I have a stress. So let me sit and start thinking. It is not in future. It is here and now. Have you seen that you take your phone to your office? I'm giving a very light example. You bring the same phone to your house. Phone says, I'm okay, I'm as it is. Why we change? We are different at workplace. We are different at home. We are different. We live with a split personality, Lara and other experts will say, oh, no, the split personality has these symptoms. We always live with that. And that comes from the mind because of the wrong notions. So what my master used to say, learn from my own experiences. That begins the journey of becoming a seeker. You need not to learn. No, we have laid a foundation of those principles in those few months. But now, learn from your own experiences. You wake up the morning. I triggered Brandy, a couple of weeks ago. Today is a good morning. Today is a bad morning. Why it's a bad morning? How to remove that confusion? Did the sun rise differently today? That's why it's a bad morning? Did the sun give you less light? Or it's a problem here? The moment you think like this, you will be able to raise your awareness. And the moment you raise your awareness means, what is the meaning of raise awareness? Consciousness or awareness was triggered by the unconscious, habitual, instinctive mind. So, what is the rise in awareness? You have started thinking, come on, let me know. What is the fact? It can happen here and now, it can happen at any moment. We are learning how to move into that state of meditation and mindfulness 24/7. So that is why contemplating, contemplating. Why I said so? Let us let us see what is our identity. Find out what is my identity. We have an identity crisis. Eastern wisdom, all our teachers, changes first makes us understand what is the identity crisis, and then it helps us to realize who we are. Look at our dear friend. He says, I'm richest and frustrated. So our master says that ask yourself how you can be rich and still frustrated. My friend, we have to look inside. Am I rich inside or not? That is the point. I'm rich inside, then I'm in peace and happiness. So, where comes the frustration? That is the way we should, why we should think in this way, to get rid of those thoughts and feelings and the impressions that causes the stress in my life. Did you still remember the story of the Buddha? Buddha was passing into the village. Oh, are you a king? No, friend, I'm not a king. Are you an angel? No, I'm not an angel. Are you a prince? No, I'm not. Then what are you? Now the right question has come. Buddha said, I'm awakened. So where is the identity now? My identity, I'm husband, wife, son, daughter, citizen. So when I'm a citizen of a particular country, I start blaming the political system. That is not our topic. I'm a husband. Okay, my honey is good, but he or she has problems. Come on, what problem you have? What is your identity? Resolve your identity crisis and you will be happy. That demands I have to be a thinker, I have to be a contemplator, I have to be a reflector. How this is related to our journey? Ask yourself what we want in our life. Now, I'm giving you those questions. So when you listen to it again, and it will help you to clear the garbage of your mind. What we want peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. Who wants fear, insecurities, limitations? No one. Why they have come? Because of identity crisis. I don't know who am I. Normally, it is used, the statement is used as a, no, no, after all, no, I'm married now. So some of the statements are hidden after that. Now I'm married, so I cannot do certain things. Do you see what we want? What we want. That must be very clear. Once it is clear, you will see your mind lives into that. So I'm just raising the questions and answering so that you can raise those questions in your head and start answering. So now how see the masters explain this traditionally. Masters explain what I have done traditionally. What they say, after millions and billions of lives, you are born as a human being. That is the essence. Means if I live as a mosquito or a tiger or a deer or a cow, so I have limitations. What are those limitations? The cow is going to eat the grass. Tiger has a limitation. Do you see that dog has a limitation? Cat has a limitations. Every living species has a limitation because the intellect level of awareness is not there by which I can separate myself. Are you getting it? Millions of lives we are as a human being, and we are wasting our life. We are wasting our life. So, our master says that, can I become a human being? You see, again, master is confusing us. From the confusion only we can go to fusion. Because confusion triggers our intellect. I'm using a very hard word. So, confusion, become a human being. First step is already done by the nature. Animal man. Animal man is programmed, cannot be changed. We have a comfort level 1. Every living being wants comfort level 1. What is that? Safety, sleep, food, and reproduction. I'm using the word reproduction. That is the basic nature. We all need that, whether you are awakened or you are not. Whether we are awakened or not, everyone needs that. Only one thing, I can separate these four, I can see them objectively. That is why we do not live like a tiger or cat or a dog. You train your dog at the highest level, right? Show him a bite of food. You may say that my dog is the highest trained. Show him a bite of food. What about our nature? More people die because of eating food than being hungry. We have to think of that. So the masters are saying I have to regulate my behavior and attitude towards the food. Anyhow, that is another topic. Second step is fullness of human being can only come if I raise my level of awareness. It can only happen if I remove the confusion of my identity crisis. If I start thinking, is husband a label or a reality? I am the body is a reality or I am not the body. I am stressed. Is it a reality or it is a delusion? Master says that stage means you observe choice, you make a choice, and then you hold on to that choice. What is that choice? Stress, suffering, anxiety, duality, and a conflict enters into my life only because of ignorance. No one else is responsible. What happens in that state? The mind moves with it. If you do not think and you are doing the practice for 10 years, no result. I tell you frankly, knowledge is most important. So people say, I will give you 5 minutes of instant meditation, 10 minutes, powerful meditation. You are the weakest. How can you do powerful meditation? You belong to the weakest and you're doing a powerful meditation. There is no powerful meditation. Meditation is meditation. That leads to a clarity and understanding that my mind must be seeking knowledge that will lead to happiness. Right knowledge of who am I. There is no identity crisis. So that is known as Satoguna. Lara, for your understanding. That is known as Satoguna. Satoguna is not living in the heaven. It is living here and now. Satoguna means the mind is intellect is inquiring, mind is moving with it, and the mind says, yes, I got it. Here is the knowledge. Here is the right perception. Here is the right perception. And I can tell you, if you live into that state, it evolves you every bit, every moment. So we drop lot of confusions about our identity crisis when we start living in Satoguna. Then that mind living in Satoguna demands, who am I? You are a seeker, perfect seeker. You are not going to leave the journey. You are not going to leave the journey. To tell you my own experiences, in in the early days, I never used to sleep. It was so much intensity, but at the same time, you used to get tired because if you are not sleeping. But why I was not sleeping was the only one thing. Why my master said that I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the husband, I am not the wife, I am not the teacher. Why he said this? So when my intellect resolved that problem in the mind became free. Now, how it becomes free? I have to settle a score from my honey. That idea has gone, dropped. Do you see that? I am rich or poor, that idea is gone. We are 100% clear comfort level 1 can be definitely met if we have an average intelligence. Do you agree? Safety, food, shelter. But we mind always wants. Now, what is the comfort level 2? I have this car, I want that car. I had this food, I have that food. So there you apply your discernment. Perhaps you might not have heard Ashok, but my master used to say, I don't have money. I don't use my intellect. I'm an idiot. Because I'm a human being. I must work. No retirement. Second, I have lot of money. Neither I spend it, nor I give it to someone. I am still belong to the same category. So here the money, wealth is my intellect. I don't use it. So once you start that level, that what is my identity? Who am I? Society gives me an identity that I'm a husband and I'm a father and etc. I'm a teacher, etc. etc. Who gives the identity to a cop, to a police officer? The society. But what is my identity? Who am I? Are you getting it? Who am I? Who am I? I must. So when that question keeps living in your mind, you become a seeker. Then we pick up one or two steps, and then what happens? The master, I'll pick up. Yes, I'll pick up. So then what happens? Then we learn these principles that we are going to learn in few weeks. So once we learn these principles with the discernment, with the dispassion, with the six treasures, our life has already become calm, relaxed. If I do not understand these principles, it means the mind has yet to follow these principles to become a seeker. I'll pick up another topic next time, but I'll just give you. But now I have become a seeker today, and I become a non-seeker yesterday. How come? Because of the past impressions that this mind has. Patanjali explains karma shaya, reservoir of the karmas, vasanas, past impression, they return. For example, you reacted to me 10 years ago, and now I'm meeting you after 10 years. Your mind and intellect might have changed, but your body will show that expression. We need to change it. We need to resolve this. Otherwise, that is why that is why the principles taught, repeated, are not assimilated and digested. They trigger reaction. And once they stop, I'm committed, journey of the journey begins. So think of this. Yeah, last thing that I was giving some. Our mathematics is, you can say, crazy as compared to modern mathematics. How many people are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that is modern mathematics. Now, if we do mathematics in Eastern wisdom, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus plus is equal to 1, not 11. That is our goal. Did you get it? Our goal is only oneness, to find that real self. Can mind live into that state all the time? then I am missing. It does not mean that I'm not doing any work. I'm doing every work. We are doing every work. We're going to restaurant, we are going to our profession, we are eating food, whatever we like. But internal awareness, it is the internalization of the mind. It is the mind that is pure. It is the mind that wants to see one. It does not want to see 11. It is a matter of perception. It is a matter of awareness. Our mathematics works like this. We will also understand how come this is really one. At present, mind lives in ignorance. That is why there are 11. Let 11 remain outside. That let me play my role. But I should continue to live into that oneness, helps you to move into that state of awakening. So let us start our practice. I have done a lot of gossip.